in the studio this morning. The president of the Institute of Public Relations Ghana, Esther Cobbah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. Loving my profession, flying high the flag of public relations, and just loving this amazing profession without which humanity cannot exist.
I love the way you all smiles and talking about how much you love the PR profession. What is it about PR, public relations, that you love so much?
I love public relations because I love people.
Mm-hmm.
And people can never exist without communication. We cannot exist without engagement. This morning, people have tuned into Starr FM. They're listening to you because they need information. And a lot of the times, you'll agree with me, we generate the information and bring you the news to deliver to people for their good, for understanding, for cooperation, so that people will be healthy, so that people will know things that they have to do for their welfare and all that. And for me, this service that public relations provides makes us important to humanity. And if you're relevant to humanity, then I love you. If you're doing a service that provides good to humanity, then I just love that service. And that is public relations.
And let's get into it really for people to understand what public relations is about, when we talk about public relations, because usually, if on radio, on TV, you hear us call the public relations officer of this institution or of that institution to ask them questions about A, B, and C, about something that the institution is probably doing or something concerning that institution. Is that all there is to public relations, or there's more?
Oh, there's a lot to public relations.
Tell us about that. Help us understand what public relations is about.
Because there is a lot to people in different contexts, nations, individuals, societies, communities, and indeed organizations. All these constituents need to generate understanding and relationships with their stakeholders. What public relations does is to enable different stakeholders to understand their stakeholders and be able to work with them effectively. So for an organization, public relations becomes a strategic management tool which enables the organization to help its staff, for instance, to understand the vision of the organization, to understand the operations of the organizations, to own their roles, respective roles, in delivering on the vision of the organization, and then externally build relationships with different stakeholders and help them to understand what the organization delivers, whether it's services, products, whatever, so that they will engage positively and in a sustained manner with what they deliver. So it's not just about a public relations officer coming to sit on radio to talk. When they do that, they are doing it with a strategic purpose. For governments, I always say there can be no good governance without effective communication. You need to understand the needs of your people, the people that you govern. So public relations professionals are important for helping leaders to understand the information needs, the attitude change needs, the behavioral realities of the people they lead, so that they will give them information that enables them to work with them effectively to realize the aspirations of the people. And so public relations is a function that empathetically understands the people you're engaging with and draws them into what the person or the organization needs to achieve. But we do that in a manner that ensures that the person you're talking to achieves the objective and you also achieve your objective. It is sharing information for mutual understanding.
Right. So it's not all about just, talking
No, it's
and
not.
explaining issues.
No, it's not talking and writing. A lot of people think that as long as you can talk or write, you can do PR. And people often say, oh, me a PR man. I talked.
Yeah.
No. The fact that you know how to take paracetamol doesn't make you a pharmacist.
And what would you say to people who feel as though public relations is about someone speaking on behalf of an organization to make the organization look good when there is negativity around the organization, even if it means they have to lie, so to speak, about something that has happened, and so there is this perception that as for PR people, they're always lying on behalf of organizations because they want the organization to look good. And we've seen, a few examples of that too, where it's been found out that, okay, what the PR person told us is actually not the case, and it's a different story altogether.
And that is why you should not lie. Because if you lie, you will be found out. And that is one of the reasons why this year, as we celebrate our 50th anniversary, we're focusing on the value that the PR profession brings. And when you're bringing value, you cannot lie. Lying and value do not go together. So we're talking about ethical communication. Ethical communication in PR involves managing information in such a way that it's a win-win for everybody. It is wrong to lie in PR. You have people who spin. And as I always tell younger professionals, if you spin and spin and spin, you become dizzy and you may just faint. And we are not in this business to faint. We're in this business to stand firm. So in public relations, you tell the truth and you indicate what you will do about the truth. In crisis situations, for instance, those organizations that have survived and grown even more in their crisis situations are organizations that have told the truth, whose PR professionals have held them to tell the truth. So public relations helps organizations, individuals, communities to proactively establish a positive reputation that they can depend on, that they can rely on in times of difficulty. And if you lie, you will be found out. As the Bible says, your sins will find you out.
But why do some of them feel the need to lie?
They need to strengthen their professionalism. Public relations is a discipline. It is a scientific discipline that combines the science with the art. And if you're not well grounded in that, you might lie. Again, we have a lot of people, unfortunately, who do not understand public relations. So a public relations officer is working with an organization that does not understand public relations. And there's pressure on that individual to lie for the organization, and they find themselves succumbing to that. That's one of the reasons why we have the Institute of Public Relations,
Right.
to strengthen our members professionally, to be able to stand with the tenets and standards of the profession and know how to manage even internal stakeholders, even executives that do not understand
Right.
our profession and may want somebody to lie. I mean, I've encountered an organization that has said, please write letters. At that time, there were letters to the editor. Write letters to the editor, putting down our competitor and, making us look good. That's not what we learn in public relations. We learn in public relations how to work with organizations to make their services and products good,
Right.
so that they speak for themselves. We work with organizations to help them to understand that every aspect of their operation is part of what makes their image. And at Institute of Public Relations, we say image is everything. So we help organizations to build solid, strong image that enables them not to lie. You don't need to lie. Public relations is not about lying. It is about establishing value, bringing value, sustaining and growing value. And that is why we're excited today to fly the flag of public relations, to fly high the flag of Institute of Public Relations in Ghana. 50 years of working with individuals, organizations, the country, to engage for understanding and growth.
Let's talk about the 50th, anniversary of the Institute of Public Relations. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What would you say is the current state of public relations or PR practice in Ghana? How far has it come these last 50 years?
I would say that the current state is, I just am so excited when I see what's happening. There's a lot of growth. Some 50 years ago, there were very few public relations professionals trained. 50 years ago, many public relations practitioners were largely people who had maybe studied the humanities, or they spoke well or dressed well and all that. Now, people are going through the discipline of public relations. That is what I am excited about. I'm also excited about the fact that many entities are now engaging the services of professional public relations personnel, and that is to be celebrated. I'm excited at the fact that at the moment, a lot of public relations professionals are seeking to improve themselves. And last week I was at an event that involved public relations personnel, and I was so energized by the enthusiasm of the young professionals to learn the new trends in public relations, whether it's digital communication, whether it's how you use AI effectively in public relations.
Right.
And the Institute of Public Relations has picked up on this. And the exciting thing is that we have people who have honed their practice, who are so well grounded, and we have young people coming up, and the two together make a beautiful blend in our institute, and we're learning from each other.
Right.
So it is an exciting time for IPR. It is an exciting time for Ghana to tap into the wealth of knowledge that exists in this beautiful institute, Institute of Public Relations Ghana.
So what are we doing for the 50-year celebration?
I have indicated that our theme is public relations for value creation. And this year, we know that it's an election year. And therefore, we are focusing on the value that we can bring to political campaigning. So we're focusing some attention on ethical communication for peace in an election year. Tomorrow evening, we are launching the 50th anniversary. You're invited. We're
Thank you very
launching
much.
at the Accra City Hotel at 6:30 p.m. And of course, our members will be there, partners will be there. We've invited different groups. And, if you love public relations, feel free to come. If you want to know more about public relations hey, come and listen to us and share in our joy and celebration. On Wednesday, we're going to a community. Last week we were with the Gamanche, and we've asked His Royal Highness to point us to a community where we can go and educate them on environmental conservation. You know that climate change is a big thing now. That's a context in which we bring value. We educate people on what to do, what not to do to contribute to fighting climate change. So we are doing that. This week is IPR Ghana Week, and it's part of the 50th anniversary, but it's an annual event that we will have. On Thursday, students have their time. We've tasked them to come up with strategies for encouraging political parties and the country in general to employ ethical communication in campaigns, in political campaigns, so that we have peace. On Friday evening, we're chilling, we're relaxing, with humor, but learning through chillaxing. What we are going to do is we're going to talk about things that we've done, like, oops, I did this when delivering an event or a project. Could I have done it better? Mm-hmm. We're going to learn from each other. And then after that, we're doing even more. We're going to more communities, and we have members throughout Ghana. Our Northern Belt is doing something, Middle Belt, Ashanti, etc. We're engaging them tonight. We're doing things with them, but we're going to train political communicators, for instance. We're going to have sessions with them. Internally, we're going to do some training in technology and communication, political communication, raise our own standards. There's a whole lot of activities, throughout the anniversary, and we're really excited. There's more. I'm not going to tell you all of them. Come to our event tonight.
Well, we'll come and find out the rest.
Yes, Lantom, I can't wait to see you. Come. Yeah. I'll be looking out for you.
Sure.
Don't spin.
I'll honor the invitation.
Don't spin.
No spinning.
No spinning. Ethical communication here.
I'm a student of public relations myself.
You say what you believe in. Yes. You believe in what you say, and you do what you believe in.
Once you have extended the invitation, we will honor the invitation.
I look forward to
I'll be coming with Ibrahim Al-Hassan.
Ibrahim. You guys are making me happy. I'm already excited this morning, loving my profession, and I see you love the profession too.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. So we'll have to wrap this up here. But, is there anything you'd like to say finally before we go?
Yes, what I'd like to say is that as an institute, mm-hmm. we really want to make a positive impact.
Right.
And so we're strengthening our community. Those who have gone before us, my executive committee and I got elected only recently, and we want to salute the presidents and executives who have gone before us all these 50 years, members who have played their part. Oh, we thank them. We're delighted with what they have done, and we're building on that. We're building a strong community, a strong professional community of excellence with an impactful voice nationally, continentally, and globally. Stay tuned, Ghana. We're here to serve you, and serve you, we deliver value. Thank you very much.
Thank you also, of course. And this is coming from the Institute of Public Relations, and you've just heard us speak to Esther Cobbah, who is the president of the Institute. And you know just how important public relations is and the key role it plays in our society. And it's not something that we should take for granted at all. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Lantom.
It's been great having you.
So much. It's been beautiful being here.
Yeah.
And thank you. You're our partners, the media.
Yeah.
Starr FM You're the partner of every public relations officer.
We're glad to
Thank
be.
you for giving us this opportunity.
We're glad to be.
God bless you.
God bless you too. And right before we take our next break, we have another conversation which is coming up. We will be speaking to Mohammed Amin Lamte. He is a lecturer at the Islamic University College, and we'll be having a conversation